Gwen Stefani walks off Kelly Clarkson's show during heated argument. The atmosphere on the set of The Kelly Clarkson Show took an unexpected turn when what was supposed to be a lighthearted and inspiring conversation between Gwen Stefani and Kelly Clarkson spiraled into a tense and emotional argument that left the audience and production team stunned. The two singers, both known for their strong personalities and powerful voices, had been discussing their journeys in the music industry, juggling fame, motherhood, and public scrutiny, but a seemingly innocent comment triggered a chain reaction that no one saw coming. It all started when Kelly brought up Gwen's transformation over the years, from her punk rock No Doubt days to her glamorous solo career and her high-profile marriage to Blake Shelton. Kelly praised her reinvention, saying that Gwen had managed to stay relevant for decades, but she also hinted that the media often focused more on her relationships than her music. Gwen smiled politely at first, but her expression changed when Kelly asked whether the pressure of being in a celebrity couple had affected her identity as an artist. Gwen replied that she had always been true to herself and didn't feel the need to justify her choices to anyone, adding that her personal life was nobody's business. Kelly, perhaps trying to lighten the moment, joked that fans sometimes felt they were part of Gwen and Blake's love story because the couple had been so public about their romance on The Voice. Gwen's tone shifted as she said she never intended for her relationship to become a media spectacle, but that sometimes people, especially other artists, didn't understand how difficult it was to balance love and fame. Kelly responded by saying she could relate, given her own very public divorce, but she also suggested that being open with fans about personal struggles could make artists more relatable. Gwen then snapped that there was a difference between sharing vulnerability and having your entire life dissected. The tension in the room became palpable. The studio audience, initially cheering and laughing, grew silent as Gwen leaned forward and told Kelly that not everyone handled fame the same way. Kelly, maintaining her composure, said she wasn't criticizing Gwen but just giving her perspective as someone who had also lived in the public eye. Gwen crossed her arms and said, "Well, it feels like judgment to me." Kelly blinked in surprise, trying to de-escalate by saying she admired Gwen's resilience, but Gwen interrupted, saying she was tired of people pretending to understand her journey when they didn't. The conversation that had begun as a heartfelt exchange had turned into a defensive back and forth that neither host nor guest could seem to pull back from. The producers were reportedly signaling Kelly to move on to the next segment, but the tension was too thick to ignore. Kelly attempted to steer the topic toward Gwen's latest music project, but Gwen, visibly emotional, said, "You know what, maybe we should just stop here. I don't want to talk about this anymore." Kelly nodded respectfully and said, "That's okay, Gwen," but Gwen stood up, adjusted her jacket, and walked off the stage, leaving Kelly sitting in stunned silence as the audience gasped. Cameras cut to a commercial break almost immediately. When the show returned, Kelly addressed the situation briefly, saying that emotions can run high when artists talk about personal experiences and that she had nothing but respect for Gwen. The show's staff later confirmed that Gwen had left the set early but that there was no lasting bad blood between the two. Still, social media exploded within minutes of the broadcast. Clips of the argument went viral on X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, with fans debating who was at fault. Some viewers defended Gwen, saying she had every right to draw boundaries around her private life, while others felt she had overreacted to Kelly's well-meaning questions. Hashtags like #Gwen Stefani walks off and #Kelly Clarkson show drama trended for hours, with thousands of users dissecting every second of the exchange. Entertainment blogs and gossip outlets quickly picked up the story, with insiders claiming that Gwen had been under immense pressure lately, juggling her marriage, music, and television appearances. Some sources suggested that she had been sensitive to media questions about her relationship with Blake Shelton, particularly amid ongoing rumors of tension between them. Others pointed out that Kelly, who has built her talk show reputation on empathy and relatability, might have unintentionally hit a nerve by framing the discussion around fame and authenticity. A day later, Kelly addressed the moment again in a brief statement, saying she had reached out to Gwen privately and that the two had cleared the air. "We've both been through a lot, and sometimes emotions take over. I love Gwen and respect her so much," she said during her monologue. Gwen, meanwhile, posted an Instagram story showing a serene sunset and a caption that read, "Sometimes it's okay to walk away from what doesn't feel right." Fans interpreted it as a subtle acknowledgement of the incident, though Gwen didn't mention Kelly by name. Industry insiders speculated that this moment might strain their professional relationship, especially since both had previously appeared on The Voice, and shared mutual admiration for each other's artistry. Still, many fans hoped the two powerful women would reconcile and perhaps even collaborate musically in the future. Despite the controversy, the incident sparked a broader conversation about boundaries in celebrity interviews and the pressure public figures face to expose their personal lives for entertainment. While some viewers saw it as uncomfortable television, others praised it for showing raw honesty between two accomplished women who are used to being in control of the narrative. In the end, what was meant to be a feel-good conversation about resilience turned into a reminder that even the most confident stars have limits. The image of Gwen Stefani walking off the set, head held high, visibly upset but composed, will likely remain one of the most talked about moments in the Kelly Clarkson show's history, a powerful example of how authenticity and emotion can collide on live television in ways no script could ever predict.